We are not what happened to us. We are what we wish to become. Do you feel invisible? Have you ever experienced saying something clever or important, and it goes unnoticed? Then someone else repeats the exact same thought, and suddenly, they get all the applause. Why don't people listen to you? Why does no one really take you seriously? Have you perhaps even started to doubt your own worth? In this video, you'll learn how to gain true respect through psychological insight, emotional clarity, and deep self-respect. Carl Jung not only gives us profound answers, but also concrete impulses on how to activate your inner authority. Maybe the answer doesn't lie in being louder, but in deeper self-understanding. It's not always the spoken word that carries weight, but the quiet power of your presence. Stay tuned. You'll see yourself with new eyes, and you'll realize you don't have to fight to be seen. You are allowed to simply be clear, upright, real. But before we begin, ask yourself, when was the last time you truly felt heard? 1. Your first impression decides. In 7 seconds, Jung said, "The outer world is a mirror of your inner reality." People sense immediately whether you take yourself seriously, even before you speak. Do you stand upright? Do you speak calmly but clearly? Do you look others openly in the eye? Does your body language radiate confidence? Respect doesn't begin with arguments, but with presence. If you don't trust yourself, others won't either. Body language is the first mirror of your self-image, even before your first word. Exercise. Stand in a room consciously for 1 minute every day. No phone, just your body, your breath, your gaze. Presence can be trained, and the more often you do this, the stronger your inner signal becomes on the outside. Visualize yourself standing in an important room, as if you are already in your full power. Then act as if that were already reality. Your nervous system will get used to this new feeling, and so will your environment. 2. Your voice shows whether you believe in yourself. A voice that apologizes before speaking cannot make an impact. If you say actually, just briefly, maybe, you diminish yourself. Jung said, "What irritates us in others reflects our own growth potential." Speak clearly, slowly, with conviction. Not dominant, but calmly centered. Not loud, but clear in your intention. Your voice is not a tool for adaptation, but an expression of your self-worth. Your voice is your instrument. If you respect your own words, you don't speak to please, but because you have something to say. Practice allowing pauses. Even a pause can be a sign of inner clarity. It shows that you take up space and can hold space, and that builds trust. Never forget, your voice can break down walls if you trust it yourself. 3. If people interrupt you, check your shadow. Are you constantly interrupted? Then ask yourself, where do you believe you're not important? What inner voice tells you, what I have to say doesn't matter? Carl Jung called it the shadow self. Everything we reject or suppress, we project onto others and encounter again there. Interruptions are not just an external problem, but often a mirror of your own self-perception. Practice tip. If you're interrupted, hold eye contact and say calmly, "I'd like to finish my thought." Not aggressively, just clearly. That changes everything. And observe. What does this posture do to you? Many underestimate the power of a calm but firm stance. Yet it is exactly this that carries you through difficult situations. Your composure is not defined by loudness, but by inner strength. When you stand up for yourself, others will too. 4. Without boundaries, no respect. Being endlessly nice doesn't come across as generous, but invisible. If you constantly adapt, You blur your edges, and those without clear outlines get overlooked. People treat you the way you treat yourself. If you always put your needs last, others will do the same. Those who don't set clear boundaries signal, "I'm available, no matter what." Say no without justifying. Say, "That doesn't work for me." Period. And stand by that no with calm consistency. The clearer you are, the less you'll be taken advantage of, and the more you'll be respected. Boundaries are not selfishness. They are self-respect. Carl Jung said, "He who does not define himself will be defined by others." This is exactly where your inner sanctuary begins. Boundaries don't just protect you. They show that you value yourself. And those who value themselves are perceived as valuable by others. Your boundaries are the foundation of your inner peace, the power of silence and mystery. Many people talk too much out of fear of being forgotten. But true presence lies in pauses, not in volume. In today's overstimulated world, silence is almost revolutionary. Jung. We are not controlled by what is conscious, but by what is unconscious. Don't share everything. Leave space. People respect depth, not duration. Stay mysterious, not out of strategy, but out of inner clarity. Silence draws people in. Especially today, it's depth that causes people to pause. Sometimes it's a single silence that creates more respect than 100 words. And sometimes it's the courage to leave gaps that makes you visible. True depth is tangible, even without many words. Sixth, inner clarity equals outer impact. Who are you? What do you want? What truly matters to you? Many people know what they don't want, but few know what they're truly passionate about. Jung said, "The most important question you can ask yourself is, what do I really want?" Make a values list. Keep it visible. Speak from your inner center. People can feel whether you know what you stand for. Those with inner clarity appear more convincing. Clarity builds trust, and trust leads to respect. People don't follow the loudest, but the clearest, and often it's quiet determination that moves the most. Clarity is the invisible anchor of every strong personality. 7. Show your inner hero. The hero archetype in Jung's theory is not the loud fighter, but the one who shows integrity in silence. The one who doesn't need to prove, but simply is. Say what you mean, do what you say. Integrity is the magnet for respect, and authenticity is your inner compass. Genuineness resonates. It doesn't need a stage, just consistency. And true greatness shows itself in everyday moments, through small but consistent actions. When your actions align with your inner compass, others will sense it instantly. 8. Be your own witness, not judge. How do you talk to yourself after a mistake? Would you speak to a friend that way? Or would you lift them up and remind them that everyone is allowed to grow? Jung. Everything we do not recognize in ourselves will be projected onto others. Observe yourself without judgment. Become the witness of your inner dialogue. That's where dignity begins, and dignity attracts respect. Your inner voice is the first step to outer recognition. The kinder you speak to yourself, the clearer you will appear outwardly, and the less dependent you'll be on external validation. Never forget, self-respect is the first step to external respect. Conclusion: you have nothing to prove. Respect is not a favor from others, but your inner decision. You don't have to be louder. You don't have to do more. You are allowed to simply be you, and that is enough. Share in the comments. Which technique will you apply first? And when did you realize that you deserved more respect? Subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more about psychology, self-worth, and Carl Jung. Because you are not too little. You are not invisible. You are worthy, from the very beginning.